Hi, welcome to the strum lesson for the straight down strum. What you want to do before we get started is you want to go ahead and grab your music sheet and tune up your ukulele. Great idea to go ahead and pause your tutorial and grab your music sheet, straight down strum, tune up your ukulele, and we'll get started in about a second. Okay, so you got your music sheet and you tuned up your ukulele. Let's talk about the music really quickly, and then keep in mind that the rest of the course and lessons kind of follows this basic idea of some of this terminology. So just carry it on to your lessons that are coming up in the near future here as you proceed through your course. Okay, so first of all, you're going to see a chord. For instance, example, first chord is a C chord, then you see 4 lines, basically means 4 beats or 4 strums. Okay, so every chord has 4 lines other than them, meaning 4 beats, 4 strums. Next, you're going to see a symbol that looks like this, 2 dots and 2 lines. Whenever you see this symbol, it means repeat. Okay, whenever you see this symbol with 2 dots, 2 lines, it means repeat. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be repeating the line that is there. So for instance, this first line, C, F, G, 7, F, you're going to play this line, and then when you come to that sign right here, we jump to the front and repeat it again. Okay, now in the bottom right hand corner you see a B7 chord. Looks just like this. B7 chord looks just like that on your bottom right hand chord for your chords. I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using this a lot. I particularly like this B7. However, I think that this bar chord B7 right here works very well on blues songs, more so than this. However, I still use both of them. Now, for the topic of blues songs, blues music, you're going to have to refer to this section on the blues strum to get more information about it. But I just wanted to let you know some of the differences between the 2 B7 chords that I'll be using that you can use. Now, if you need to, pause the tutorial right here and get a closer glimpse at the chords. For instance, this B7 is an open B7. The first fingers are on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and it just works its way up with just 3 fingers, 1, 2, and 3. This is a bar chord B7, bar across the 2nd fret, 2nd finger over there. Now, if you need to get a bigger picture of this tutorial, what you can do is a couple of things. In the bottom right hand corner, right about down there of your screen, okay, in the corner, you're going to see this icon, this sign here. It looks like a gear wheel. Click on that gear wheel. It's basically a tool for you to get more high definition on the screen, and just click on the number and click on to the highest number possible. I think it's something like 1080 or something like that. Just click on the highest number that's offered on that gear icon that pops up when you click it on. It gives you different options. Click on the highest number and you get the clearest fidelity on this tutorial. This tutorial is recorded in high definition, so you can get a really clear picture. Also, there's another icon on that bottom right hand corner. Looks like this. It's like a square like figure. If you click that on, it turns the whole tutorial into a full screen that just opens up into the entire screen of whatever you're watching. A notebook, an iPad, a laptop, a desktop, whatever it is you're watching, it's going to fill up the whole screen, and that is the absolute largest picture that you can get. Okay, so hopefully you got your ukulele in tune and you got your music sheet, and we're going to get started here. So now we're going to start with the first line. It says C, F, G, 7, F, and then the repeat sign. So I'm going to play it for you one time just to get an idea about, before I even start, just a quick review. And I talked about this before, but this is probably one of the last times I'm going to be talking about this. So it's assume that you know this and you're carrying this information with you throughout the rest of the course, and that is timing. We talked about timing when previous tutorial where we were clapping our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. When they were snapping our fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that the timing doesn't vary. There's no fluctuation. I always say steady. It doesn't speed up. It doesn't slow down. And like I said, a majority of the time when I'm teaching in class, the student will always speed up. It's just a natural thing to just want to speed up. So you really got to pay attention to that. Now, in time, you're going to correct yourself, but it'd be better if you just be aware of it now, correct it now, so you're not constantly working on that problem. Okay, if you need to review that section again, it's the previous tutorial about the intro lesson for this entire section, for the strumming section, for this strumming course. Okay, and hopefully you're working on your right hand techniques, okay, because we won't be covering them in the strumming lessons. They're a whole separate section that you need to learn before you start your strumming lessons. Okay, first line on the paper, it says C, F, G7, F, repeat. I'm just going to give an example basically on how we play it, and we'll actually play it together. So I'll give a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. And now I just play that line one time, no repeats. So we're going to play it together with the repeat. And please always tap your foot with the count, and while you're playing the exercise, and count out loud. That means you should be literally counting 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So here we go. First line with the repeat, a little bit slower. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, repeat, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and end on the C. Oh, I forgot to tell you, every time we finish the line, we end on the C. Not the C, but whatever chord was the first chord of the exercise. So in this exercise, the first chord is a C. When we do repeat it, or when you do the line twice, make sure you end on that first chord, which in this exercise is the C. Next, we're going to do the second line, A minor, G, F, G, with the repeat. Okay, here's a 4 count. Make sure you're tapping your foot and you're counting out loud, and you end on the A minor after we play the line twice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, repeat, A minor, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, end on the A minor, okay? So far we've done the first line and the second line. I want to bring to your attention, if I'm doing it too fast, what you want to do is you want to slow it down for yourself, so you do it at a slower speed. Make sure you count 1, 2, 3, 4 out loud, and you tap your foot, okay? Now naturally, if I'm playing too slow and you like to go faster, but make sure when you do the exercise, you count out loud, tap your foot, and keep that timing constant. Okay, on this third line, a couple of things, that B7 that you see there, I'm going to be playing 2 versions of this B7. You don't have to, you can pick one and just do it, but I'm going to be doing 2. Both B7s are going to work just fine. What's really neat about this is that you can keep repeating this third line over and over and over and over again, and it will be basically the same thing as if you were playing a blues song. Now, for more information on the blues song and blues technique, you're going to have to refer to the exercise and strumming lesson for the blues strum. So refer to that for more information. Okay, so I'm going to give 4 count. This particular line, this third line exercise, might be too fast for some of you. Okay, so you want to make sure that you can play all the chords before you start the exercise, okay? If you can't do all the chords, like for instance, we'll just take the first line, C, F, G, 7, F. If you cannot play C, F, G7, and F, or let's say you can't play a G7, you need to work that out before you even play the first line of the exercise. And naturally, on this third line, E7, A7, B7, etc., if you can play all or one of the chords, you need to work it out before you do the exercise. Okay, with that being said, here we go. Here's a 4 count with the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. E7, 2, 3, 4. A7, 2, 3, 4. E7, 2, 3, 4. B7, 2, 3, 4. E7, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 2, 3, 4. A7, 2, 3, 4. E7, 2, 3, 4. B7, 2, 3, 4. E7, 2, 3, 4. And end on the E7. Okay, once again, if that was too fast, you want to play it slower. If it's too slow, by all means, feel free to play it faster. Just make sure that your timing is constant, you're tapping your foot, and you're counting out loud. Now, I know this might have been a little fast for some of you, so you can play it as slow as you want. The main thing is that you stay even and constant with your timing. So for instance, I'm slow. You can play it slower, for instance, E7, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4, B7, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can play it a lot slower. Just make sure that when you do the count, you establish an even count for yourself, so you're counting out loud, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're tapping your foot along with the song, very important. And even if that's too fast, you can even go slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you get the idea that you can go as slow as possible, but just keep the rhythm and the timing smooth. Now, the biggest take home from this is that you make sure that you can do all your chords before you start any exercise, because that's very important, because if you can't do your chords, all you're going to be doing is messing up when you do the exercise. Also, most important of all, make sure that your timing is smooth and constant, and you're tapping your foot and you're counting out loud. And I promise you that if you can take care of this problem, or really keep this problem at a minimal, by the time you finish this course, life will just be so much easier for you with your ukulele playing, in whatever direction your musical journey takes you, as opposed to, you know, trying to correct your timing problem over the future years of your playing. Okay, with that being said, feel free to try this tutorial and lesson again. Don't forget to follow the advice of the suggestions that's part of your course before proceeding on any more. Okay, because there's a lot of sections and notations for you to pay close attention to really get the most out of this course. Okay, with that being said, when you're ready, we'll see you for the next lesson.